Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, The Unpopular Opinion with the ladies. Should we reintroduce us? I'm Kemi.
Claire.
Prim.
And we're just a couple of ladies having conversations about stuff that
Matters. Or maybe not. Up to your opinion.
okay, for us. So today's discussion is about it's going to be like in a group of discussions. So this is the first one. It'll be called the grief of growth, and this one is about losing friends. So losing friends is one of those things that as you go through life, you're going to go through. Like it's going to happen, whether you like it or not, and it can be a difficult process. It can be very many things. But we're going to just chat about that. We're all in our 30s. So we've seen this stuff. We've seen a little bit of loss when it comes to friends. So the first thing is I wanted us to just share an experience you've had of losing a friend.
I was actually trying to think of a friend that I lost, and honestly, no one comes to mind. Either I'm good at moving on and I've forgotten. I got selective amnesia, forgot these people. But I wouldn't say friend. It was just like a recent incident where I had to come to terms with this person and tell myself, I didn't know this person before, and I don't know if I ever knew them. But I think I had to give myself that talk of you have to let this person go. But it was more about how that made me feel, because automatically you turn the blame to yourself, because that's exactly what I did. I think I even called you and you talked about it. The blame was on me. I always ask myself, what am I doing wrong? Did I overreact? Did I say something that was I right to act like this? But and then I have to keep weighing in on all those things. But I think I need to let this person go. And for me, I think it comes down to that feeling of, what if you are not a better person like you thought you were? But I don't think I don't know. I can't say they were my close friend that I feel grieved and that I lost them. So
okay, Claire.
I've never had actually no, I have had a bit of a clashes with friends. There's a specific one that I've had in the previous, and we're still friends. We're still friends. Our relationship grew through that. But to say that I've been no, this person cutting them off and stuff like that, I don't know, I've had phases in my life, and those phases came with different people in my life, and when I moved on, I moved on. It's not like there's no grief. There's no real, you know what I mean? We had friends in high school, most of them actually, we bump into each other, oh, how are you, blah, 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 and you kind of moved on with your lives. You grew apart, and it's okay. We have different interests now. In high school bonded us, and then we're not in high school anymore. Everyone went to their own universities, and you make friends that in that phase of your life, and then you graduate and move on, and then you start working. Do you know what I mean? So you meet friends at work and stuff like that. Then you move on. You just have moved on. It's there's nothing special. However, now there are people that I made very, very close friends with, but I realized the one thing about me before I hit 30, 29 there when I was looking 30. Somehow when you're 30, you kind of come into who you are. You realize who you are, you realize what you're able to take. You kind of, 30 is the most beautiful age in my opinion. I'm looking forward to 40 if this is what growing up looks like. But 30 is beautiful because you come into yourself and you're like, look, this person, for me, there was no grief process. If it's it's you know what I mean? So what happened was, before I was 29, almost 30, I was pretending. So I was with Fiona. Fiona likes this kind of thing. I like that kind of thing. Does that make sense? I pretend. So it was such a drag to have to pretend all the time. You're with a group of people who, let's say, you're with a group of people who, let's say, drink, a lot, and so you let's drink and
Vibes.
kind of for vibes and whatnot, because those are your friends. Now I'm like, okay, you drink. I will drink too, or if I'm like you're the group of people who will drink wine because it's a bougie thing. Me, I drink my Nile special.
Hello.
So I'm a team Nilo, and I'm not ashamed about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you be like, oh, you drink Nile for men and whatnot. I'm like, judge if you want. Like, I don't care. I'm drinking my Nile. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. So it always felt like so much effort.
Yeah.
So much energy was being sipped out of me because I had to be, and that's no one's fault but mine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not even saying I had bad friends. I decided to be, and maybe also, even if you're out there watching and you're younger, let your friends be. Let them like what they like. You don't need to agree with it. You don't need to like it. If your friends like it, don't be that kind of person who you do what I do. Because that, yes, it's great when you come into yourself at 30, but you should enjoy yourself at 23 as well,
How about we let them learn that on their own?
Anyway, you learn it on your own. I don't know if you're going to trust me in this particular point.
You know how you hear things, but sometimes they just don't add up until
it makes sense. The puzzle
so
is
it's
not
like
puzzle.
you might hear it now, but it may not.
They may not even realize that they're going through it.
It just won't resonate until a specific time. I think it's just like the journey of life. But I can definitely relate to just like people falling away. I think that's one of the easier things. People will fall away. I think when you're younger you don't realize, but as you get older you realize, some people are just going to like organically flow away. Your lives are different. I don't know, things just change and it's kawa. But like I've also had, not many, but there are a few that have actually been painful. And it's been like, I can't even say boba age or what, but it's just been like you've had like a legit falling out, like a proper something happened, the relationship ended. And I went back and forth a lot about whether I should share this because it was a really emotional loss for me. Because it was a friend I'd had for a really, really long time. Like we met early days, you guys, when we were children, when we were in first year, and we were really, really close. And he was a guy. We were friends for like, 9 years maybe? Like my buddy, like my friend who, you even, like your friends you're comfortable with, you can go to their home, be there, like those people. And so I think like in your mind, you already have this person in a certain way. And so when I was going through a really difficult time, the short version is this person kind of tried to take advantage of that season I was going through and like made like sexual advances in a time when I was really, really vulnerable. And I was so hurt. And he was so close to me that it even took me a really long time to detach from him, even after he hurt me like that. Like even after he gave me a half-ass apology. It took me a really long time to be like, you know what, goodbye to this person, block that, remove from my life, like goodbye, I don't want to talk to you ever again. It was very, very painful. Like I actually went through like a proper grief process of, so now I have to let this person go and I have to be like as if, like it feels like as in you were there for 9 years, so now you're not there. It's like there's like a space there where we were in our friendship and now it has gone. And for a moment it feels like, oh my God, now what? And it's pain, it's what? But also like time. It's weird. Like sometimes I wonder if even with breakups, I wonder if those breakups hurt less or it's just because they were long time ago. The recent one is the one which I feel pain.
This one hurts.
I'm like, the other ones didn't pain.
The heart is a muscle. I always feel like it just comes like, contracts or whatever. And then you just like, you feel nothing.
It's just like you go to the gym today, they are pain.
It's so strange.
Today, while you're going through it, it feels like the most painful thing.
Really, really does. It feels like when I get earth-shattering.
Fiona, you seem like a very sensitive, because to be fair, the only earth-shattering experience I've been through is between me and Philip, my husband. I think before I was 30, now I've made friends. I've really made friends. Before I was 30, I didn't. They were people I knew. They were friends. I called them my friends, but I don't think, now I have a number of friends that I've known since I was in primary school. But those ones, there's never been any drama. Okay, in primary school there was drama, but that's primary school. That's not really drama. No, I'm not your friend. You come into class and they're not talking to you. But we walked through that, you know. And there's a way in friendship, especially when you're getting to know each other, you could have some, you know, friction. Yeah. Because you're like, oh my God, this person is, can't they do this thing that is impossible for you to get over because to work through because you are different. Yeah. Once you get past those, like my friends that I made in primary school, we do not have any clashes. I could spend a whole 2 years without speaking to them and then we get back. Yeah. Or without seeing them, you know, and then you see each other and it's like time hasn't gone. You know, they're beautiful, you know, and they're there for every single important event in your life. And even if they're not there physically, you know, they might not come physically, but you know, yes, they either send money or they really, really support you, call you and things like that. And you know, because we are adults now, we understand that people are in different situations in their lives. Do you get what I mean? So even if they're not there in the way that's traditionally acceptable, they're there, they're thinking about you, they're going through something different, you know, and it's okay. But as of these things, I'm not your friend. You know, and things like
I'm not your friend because you didn't come to my introduction, you didn't
And also, let's be honest, those things still happen.
They do.
every day. You didn't come to see my child.
From my ex-husband, there are a few friends that I expected would have been there. You know, but now retrospect, I was much younger, but retrospect, I realized that people were probably going. There's times I wasn't there for my friends as well in the way they expected me to be there. Do you know what I mean? And extend grace, that's it. But it was not you know, I'm not your friend. There's this one particular friend that has consistently, we didn't actually say those words, but it was, you know, this person, and you talk, and then you get back together, you talk about it. There's one specific friend of mine. Hi, Amy.
I actually like that.
But I love her to bits.
I like that you talk about it, because that's one of the hardest things for people to talk about these things. You understand? And it's funny that we are willing to have these things in relationships. You want your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like, let us sit and talk about how you hurt me this way and that way, but we're very quick to just do away with friendships. And yet I believe that if you sit down with someone and tell them, you know, this and that made me feel like that. So people are very different. There'll be someone who just dismiss your feelings completely. I mean, there's someone who told me, you're still angry about something that I said in 2020. This is 2022. And I'm like, you broke me. You broke me. You broke me. But you won't acknowledge this because you feel like, I mean, it's last year. It's 2 years ago. Why don't you move on? Now, those are people who are probably emotionally abusive and they may not even realize that. Because, so what probably does not matter to you could matter to someone else. Yes.
It means the world.
Yes.
I think, like, sorry guys, but like, even it makes me think of even how we apologize, which is like I feel
I'm sorry, but
that's you guys. I'm sorry, but hurts.
Yes.
Those things of actually, there's also I'm sorry if you felt that way.
Yes.
How can you not validate?
Don't be sorry about what I feel. Be sorry about what you did.
It's like tell me that you're sorry that you made me feel that way.
An apology.
Yes. Just leave me.
Rather not.
Auntie, I'm sorry if you felt. You guys, how can you invalidate someone's feelings?
Now that's exactly. Now the person that I talked about told me something like, you know, I'm sorry if you feel like that, but for me, this is what I meant, but for me, and that's when I sat down.
My feelings about you.
Yes, I sat down, you know, and because such a person is making you feel like you overreacted, like maybe you shouldn't have been offended. For them offending you, why are you a drama queen?
You know what? I feel like it's okay. For some, I try not to take offense because for as much as people do things that offend us, sometimes they don't mean it. Does that make sense? Which is why sometimes that I'm sorry, but I didn't mean it. You know, it could work depending on the context and the circumstance. So let's say I take something of yours, Fiona. You know, I didn't think you'd mind. I didn't even think about it. I didn't mean to hurt you, but I did. Does that make sense? Sometimes as an adult now at my age, I'd be like, you know what? This person probably didn't mean to hurt me, you know, and even their half-assed apology is they probably don't even realize, they haven't thought this through. If they thought it through, it would be different. And sometimes I just extend grace and be like, you know what, never mind.
Giving forgiveness that they've not asked for.
And this is the beauty of being our age, you know. It's the beauty of growing up and it's peaceful instead of, you know, but I get it. There's some things that hurt us a lot more that are a lot harder to get over without an apology. You know, without a genuine apology. But for me, I do not leave things linger, by the way. You get, whether I know you or not, I don't think leave
and also
things
you
linger.
think about, I love Claire so much to just let her go over this small thing, okay? Our friendship has meant much more over the years for us to just, let me say sorry, you understand? And you realize that I know that sometimes we don't say sorry because of ego, pride, whatnot, but you realize that this is something too small. You understand?
And friendship means a lot.
Yes.
Like when you wait, it's like...
Yes, it's real, you know, like unbalanced and everything. There's a time a friend of mine confided in me about something. And for me, I didn't realize that she was confiding in me. We casually talked about it. And, you know, I think we're talking about, say, virginity, getting married when, you know, you're a virgin and this person was a virgin. And I remember later we were joking about, you know, like guys were like, how did you know that if you're a virgin? And there were other like people around. And for me, when she told me, I envied her so much. Like, oh my God, you were a virgin when you got married. I wish I was. I wish I'd kept my virgin. It's one of the things that I wish I had, you know, kept done. So later, she calls me, and I'm very grateful to this day that she called me and told me I need to talk to you. She's like, I told you this in confidence. Why did you bring it up? And I'm like, oh my God. But had she not talked to me, I feel like,
you would have just...
You moved on. You didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, I'm very, laugh about it. And she's like, no, it's because for me, I was mocked for being a virgin. My friends used to make me feel like, oh, you're not good enough that, you know, guys don't want to sleep with you. So I realized that whatever seemed like a joke to me or something that I probably admit, I don't know, oh my God, I am so sorry that I made you feel like that. Because for me, if I was a virgin when I got married, I would have been shouting it on rooftops. It's like, now for me, it's the opposite. I want to keep it quiet because in a way, it makes me feel insecure. Like, was I not good enough, you know? But imagine you tell her, just suck it. You should be proud. You're just pretending. You should be proud that, you know, you did it. So the way we feel about things is different. And just because something seems, you know, just very small to you.
So the way you communicate.
The way you communicate, your things. Yes.
A lot of things, they again, I keep referring to this age because I feel like it's a beautiful age. I'm turning 32 soon, and it's those things. Is it hurting you or is it hurting your ego? Sometimes this is a question that is, you know, how dare she? If it's a how dare she, that's your ego. Do you know, check yourself. Because who are you not to be hurt? I mean, Jesus was hurt. Do you know what I mean? Who are you? Does that make sense? Fiona, you had something to say. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I think also going back to age, maybe like in this age, like why does it happen? I feel like when we were young, maybe we just weren't paying attention, but it feels like the loss of friends happens more as we get older. Why do you guys think that is?
You just grow apart. You don't even grow apart. You just, do you know, like in my phone, right, we were talking about how many conversations we have in our phones.
Unopened things.
Unopened, like 100 unopened conversations. Do you get what I mean? Some people I don't even know texted me. Do you get what I mean? There's sometimes I'd be like, hey, this person texted me 2 weeks ago and I didn't even see the message. So, and that's what I mean. Maybe if I text you, Fiona, a couple of times, and you don't respond, you know, that friendship is going to wither.
Yeah.
It's just going to float by to the ocean and go into the next.
And then I hear that on my bridal shower, you do want to pay 100K for my bridal shower. You are suggesting 50,000. And I hear that you are suggesting 50,000.
Am I worth 50,000?
Am I worth? Yes.
Thank you for bringing that particular.
Didn't I contribute to your wedding?
Your friends from baby showers and bridal showers and wedding contributions. By the way, I don't contribute to weddings not financially. I give you a gift, but you send me a list and say you need hankies, you need panties, you need what? Things like that. I don't do that. And I'm saying this publicly. I'm not ashamed. I do not contribute to weddings, just so you know. No, I give a gift. I give gifts. You know, I can give you a gift of money. You get. But to you. Not toward your wedding, but to you, you know, because I feel like do a wedding you can afford. That's just me. Brides always need things, exactly.
Yeah, but anyway, it's true. I mean, as we get older, it's just life honestly just gets busier, dynamics change. So you're going to, there are people who are going to just, and even there's the organic things, but also there are people who are, you're just going to realize your values no longer match, and those things are going to pass. Like,
and it's okay.
Your lifestyle changes, I will never again that also.
Sometimes money is a very important factor in friendships.
Not lied.
Money is very important. Money is important on two ways. How it makes me feel that I don't have money. I'll be like, I'm not going to show up because I feel like I don't have money. I don't want to, you know, beg these guys. And that is in your head. Your friends could be very happy to see you and split the cost among themselves. They'll be like, we got you, okay?
But then this is where communication comes in. Because at the end of the day, if you're continually coming and just sitting and waiting for someone else to, because me and Fiona will be like, but Prim is always, you know, like I'm tired of praying. Yes.
That's why I'm saying it's two ways. It's two ways. There's the other party feeling like we're tired of housing her, we're tired of having her back. But then there's also people, you guys, I've seen people who exclude themselves from groups and meetings and everything because they feel like, I don't have money, blah, blah, blah. Those guys got money. Now, exactly. It will be something like they got money, they have jobs, and then, you know, for me, I was not good enough. But that was on you. You decided that.
It communicates
this feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of these things come down to communication. Like, how are you communicating, or are you keeping quiet and thinking people will imagine and speculate about how you feel? Because, man, even in relationships,
intentionality, you know, because you might have more money than me, and you're always giving. But when I have, you know, I can call you up and be intentional. You don't need to back out of this friendship because of money. Just ascertain that I make my 500,000 and Prim makes her 5 million. So when I get my 500,000, I can buy you a coffee for 10K. Do you understand? Although for you every week you're giving me 100, you're taking me out and you know, things like that. But when I just decide, look, this friendship is good enough, it's good for me. It's something I really, really love. So okay, I don't have 5 million, I have 500, but I can afford every now and then maybe buy her a pair of earrings for 10,000, you know, 5K. Things like that, so that it's not always you feeling that you're not giving all the time. That's also ego. I mean, you're always receiving, because who are you not to receive? Who are you? Do you know what I mean? If I have no problem giving you, why are you refusing? Does that make sense? So, and I haven't asked for anything. And just talk. I'll be like, look, I don't have the money. How often does Prim come up with something, or you come up with something, and I come up with something, and then another time someone says, you guys, I can't afford this, it's okay. And it's fine, you know? And then either someone says, I'll cover it, or we say, okay, let's back out because we don't have enough money to cover it all.
So let's talk, people. Let's talk. Like, stop leaving your friends in lights.
Also, if you've been hurt, I'm sorry, but it's time to move on.
That's what I was going to say next. Like, what's the thing you want to tell that person that's watching?
It's time to move on. Whether they've given you an apology. Release yourself. Peace.
Friendships should not validate you, because I know how most times we feel like we are bad people because our friendship ended. Friendship is not the definition of how good you are as a person, of how worthy you are. You are worthy with or without friends. You know, when friends go, when friendships end, you know, you are still worthy. You're still an amazing person, and yeah, don't let your worth be measured by how many friends
and
you
if you keep on that hurt, it's going to dictate your life. And usually pain does not dictate your life in a positive way.
Never.
So release it and go on into your positivity.
Yeah. Amen. I guess the only thing I would say is just, communicate. We said it 100 times as well. Communicate your feelings, and when it's time to let go, please feel free to let go. Do not feel like you don't owe anyone anything. That's the truth. When it's time to let go, please allow yourself to let go and have a good life. So that's the end of this episode. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on friendship and losing friends.
Have you lost? Are you losing?
And what are your feelings?
Have you gotten over it? Let us know.
You know, and what are your feelings on it?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys, and subscribe.
Subscribe. Bye.